So you can probably guess by the title, we're going to be talking about Spring Champs, we're going to be talking about Gauntlets, and just some other things I need to get off the checklist. But to basically summarize Spring Champs, Sandstorm Boomy versus Phazon Cody Grand Finals, again in twos. This time, though, Cody and me got second. I was gonna say Cody and Boomy. No, Cody and me got second. Sandstorm actually busted out the Poe. Who would have thought? I know that guy has played it before, but it didn't even occur to me that he would play it. Me and Cody, going into Grands, we were playing out of our mind. Like, I was expecting us to be able to just continue up the roll, and that legend swap that Sandstorm did was quite literally the best thing he could have done. If he didn't swap, I think we would have just probably swept them again. I'm not even gonna lie, and that's not me trying to like sound cocky. I just think that's how it was. So it was kind of disappointing. I mean, you always want to win, but they're the only team that like I play against now to where it's like in my mind it's still understandable why I lose, and I kind of feel like I need to get over that because like I respect them as a team a lot. I respect them as players as well. I mean, they're extremely good, right? But with that being said, I'm out here trying to win as much as I can, and they're the only people getting in the way of that. So as a competitor, I can respect it, but then as far as like, how they impede me from my own like goals of winning, it kind of stinks. The one thing I think me and Cody regret is in twos, I don't know why we never had him try out his Taros. His Taros in ones ended up beating Boomy, which if you saw the final game, actually, I can't believe that's how it went down. That's all I'll say. It was actually crazy. I mean, he killed him like off the top with axe recovery, like orange at best. Probably one of the earliest kills I've ever seen, but that's Taros for you. Taros. This weekend was just, in general, the past weekend was just really weird. I mean, dude, if you guys watch, you'll know. Twos was twos, right? I kind of said that as soon as I said, oh, it was the same people in Grand Finals for like the billionth time. Ones was, yeah, it was Sandstorm and Grands again. Santi made a run. He got top 3, and actually, that's the first time he's gotten top 3, which is kind of weird considering that guy was PR'd or is PR'd like 4th. Kind of wild. I ended up getting 5th, which I lost to Megdi in losers, and then in winners I lost to Sandstorm. So I mean, I'm not too mad. I lost to the guy that won the tournament, and then another guy who I'll just say this: if you saw my set versus Megdi, you probably can understand why I lost. And that's not a knock on Megdi. I mean, I've said this before. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, like you can literally see when Phazon loses his mental. And it's like, guys, losing your mental, like, just because I went to the opposite side of the stage, more than anything, I was curious just to see if he would end up doing anything, if he would come towards me, right? Because he already had a stock lead. Me trying to push the pace there isn't necessarily the best thing in the world. And if you look, he did end up approaching me at the end. He broke from his game plan, which is kind of what I was trying to get him to do. And unfortunately for me, he was just still spacing really, really well. And also, I do this stupid thing, like, I stuck to my guns 99% of the tournament, right? When I get into losers, for whatever reason, I decide that's the time. Like, you know what? Let's, like, not have some sort of comeback. Let's not try and win the game. And let's pick Artemis that you haven't practiced at all. Meanwhile, Val, which I know I could have made work if I just played the patient game with him, with Sword in particular. I know I could have made that work, but I kind of, like, opted not to, which really sucked. And then if you saw the Sandstorm set, I mean, if you saw any Sandstorm set, at least when I played him, I felt so useless on Gauntlets. That guy just absolutely outclassed me this time around on him. His consistency on D-Light Nair recovery, D-Light Nair, not even D-Light Nair recovery, but the 3-piece if you do Dare or recovery off of the Nair, right? He hit that on the ground so much, like, it was actually mind-blowing. I am not that consistent with it, so I'm kind of, like, skeptical to go with it. That guy went for it, like, every single time and probably hit it I'll say 85% of the time. I'm not going to say 100%, but, like, 85%, that is a lot for that combo. For the best combo in Brawlhalla, that is so much. And if you're doing a Gauntlet Ditto, literally all you have to do is hit that, and then you're just completely outclassed. Obviously, there was more to his gameplay, right? But I'll just say, playing up against someone, that was the first time I've ever played against someone who's that consistent at D-Light Nair. And every time he hit it, even when he would miss, I feel like I would be put in a spot where if he didn't hit it, right? Even if he missed it, on the off chance he missed it, which is crazy to say, I just felt like I was like pressured to dodge or move in some way, or like try and dodge. Because the thing is, it's so hard to hit. It's the hardest combo to hit true in the game, I think. But also, it's one of the most rewarding. And so I was like out there spamming dodge against it, and that was not a good idea. I'll just say that much. It was a very, very bad idea to spam dodge. Because, you know, if I did get out of it, then next thing you know, I'm just without a dodge in a very bad spot, and then he would end up punishing me with gauntlets super hard. That seemed to be his game plan most of the time. Sand's game plan is like really focusing on punishing this time. He didn't even really do too much approaching. I remember Santi literally said, I think, he felt like he fought 2 Megdis. If that helps you guys understand, if you didn't see any of Megdi's sets, if that kind of helps you understand what we might have been dealing with the patience. But yeah, like Sandstorm's punish game, I mean, it's always been good, but it just felt like he utilized the Gauntlet 3-piece to such an extent that no one else has yet. Now, I haven't watched EU. I heard some people say like Pavelski was really good with it, and I know Pavelski won Springs, and he won it on Val too. So I'm curious to see. I need to go back and watch that, because one of them, like, I wonder who's better out of it. I would be willing to bet a lot of money that Sandstorm's better at it and probably hit it more in tournament. But you know, it just goes to show there's definitely a case to be made that gauntlets with the 3-piece are just so disgustingly good. Like, that combo is literally a tournament winning combo. I also wonder how much controls actually play into it. My controls, I use default for the most part, right? I have just aim up on my up key. I have no jump on it. But I know some people, like, they just use some really odd controls, and I know Sandstorm's as well is a little bit different. I think he has aim up. Dude, I don't even know. I think he has aim up and jump on the same key, and I just wonder if that helps at all. I think it might, but it makes me wonder then, okay, well, what if you know, what could the worst controls possibly be for, like, doing this combo? I feel like for some people, I don't know if there is, like, a worse. There probably is. I mean, you know, if you didn't have aim up, maybe bound, then it could probably be a bit of a problem. But other than that, like, I feel like you can make it work with any combination of keys, you know, or controller even. I mean, I've seen controller players do Starlight, big controller player. I've seen him do it a lot. When Santi's played gauntlets, I don't really see Santi play it that much, and Santi's you know, controller player, controller extraordinaire, Ben 1. I remember when he tried to, like, play keyboard, and it's like, dang, dude, that's rough, man. Not learning Brawlhalla on keyboards possibly, it just stinks, because you know, you can have success on controller, but I really don't think that controller. I think keyboard's just like the superior thing to learn. But you know, to each their own. Doesn't seem to really be hurting like Acno and some other people. Like you can still be like a top player with controller. It might just, I don't know, it might actually take more, it might take less. I don't know, it's just a difference. That's really all it is, right? Just a difference. More input lag, someone might argue, but it's like, I mean, if you're used to it, you're used to it. But yeah, that's pretty much, I don't know. I guess to bring it back, I mean, D-Light Nair on gauntlets is what happened in 1v1s, in 2v2s, same old for NA, at least grand finals goes. Parsec coming up. If we're gonna keep the topic of esports, Parsec. Okay, I can't believe that dropped. But Parsec, it's a no PR tournament, or well, it's a top 16 PR, right? And so, fortunately for me, that means I qualify, and it doesn't affect PR. So that's also kind of nice. So for that, I'm thinking I may have Giro ready, but I don't know. It feels like kind of a throw, because that character, I don't know when I'd bring out Giro. That is the biggest issue for me. I have zero clue when Giro would ever come out. Maybe if I wanted to do a Scythe Ditto, maybe if I just like wanted to really surprise someone because Jiro's not played much, I could do that. But, you know, there's going to be a patch more than likely, I think. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I doubt anything big. I mean, Val could get hit. Reno's also going to be legal probably for that tournament. It'll be really interesting. I'm curious if anyone's going to play Reno. I've thought about it. I've thought about playing Reno. I want to play Blasters, but I don't know. I've kind of been looking at Diana more than anything. Diana, I mean, I even probably made a... I don't know if I made a video on Diana, but I definitely talked about that character a bit. Just saying, you know, oh, like with Blasters, this is the character I'd probably play right now. We'll just have to see. Blasters more than likely, though, won't be a move unless Val just absolutely gets dumpstered. Even with that being said, though, I still have Shang available, which I'll probably practice a little bit more. Maybe Jiro. Maybe. That is a very big maybe. But like I said, there is no repercussions for necessarily doing bad. I mean, obviously losing is there. That's always there. But as far as, like, you know, wanting to try out some crazy pick or try out a new pick, you can do that and you can get away with it without there being too much of a problem. Also, not even gonna lie, it feels like a lot of these games I've been oh, I say that and I get absolutely ensig. Feels like I've been rolling these games, and I think I've gotten this guy before too. Excuse me. Oh man, Parsec should be fun though. It's only 1v1s, and after that it's Pro Series. I'm excited for Pro Series. Me, Wrench, Boomy, our team, if you guys didn't know. With that being said, though, we obviously have drafts coming up where we're going to pick 2 people on what is the date? I think June 12th is the date, maybe. It's a week after Parsec, I'm pretty sure. So I was thinking there was going to be like a big break. It turns out, I mean, you know, a little less than a month, 3 weeks, give or take. And yeah, and then I have Parsec, and then right after that we have drafts for Pro Series. That should be, dude, Pro Series is gonna be crazy, I have a feeling. Like, especially depending on what teams get formed. I'm more curious about the drafts than the actual core 3, right? Like you have Snowy, Snowy, Santi, Sandstorm is a core 3. You have me, Boomy, Wrench. You have Cody, Remy, and Stingray as a 3. I think you have then in the South, I forget who's in South. The South team is Pierre, Noel, I forget someone else. I'm 100% forgetting the person, and I'm sorry. But yeah, point being, there's a lot of good teams, so it should be fun. Okay, what did I just witness? What did that guy just do off the wall? I never want to see that again from a Lance, dude. They need to rework that weapon. I would play Lance. I'm thinking about playing Lance like as a guitar counter. But, dude, seeing that just hurts my brain. Like, why does the weapon get to do that? It's just lame. Also, I guess I'll answer this now. I think, now that Poe's in the game, if I do play Shang, I'm probably going to play Poe. Just because, you know, he is ever so slightly better. I don't really think he's that much better, if at all, really. I just think if I'm going to play, like, you know, if I'm going to play Wu Shang, you know, the frog's there. I think it still is more preference than anything, but unfortunately with Brawlhalla, crossovers are, at least to some degree, a competitive advantage. So yeah, I will more than likely have Poe be the character I use. The frog might be gone, but the panda might be rising out of the ashes. All right, what is this guy doing? Come on, man. He's gonna land on me? Yeah, I kind of figured. Oh. There's actually some crazy stuff you can do with Shang. As far as, like, off D-Light, you can do D-Light, D-Sig if they have no dodge. And it's, like, 3 frames, so you can't jump it. You have to hit it close, though. But the way you can, like... I mean, he's so damaged, it doesn't even matter. But on certain maps, it kills it, like... I want to say, like, 100 health, maybe. It's actually really, really early. Great option for Shang. Alright, this guy's draining the life out of me. I'm not gonna front. This guy's just not making this very enjoyable. So I think we're gonna call it the last one. And the final thing I do want to mention, I am actually taking my last final today, physics. So hopefully that's gonna go all well. Oh wow, I can't believe I messed that up. And that is why I did not win Springs. But yeah, I have my last final. Before, honestly, looking at the time, before, I'll say before Parsec. So before that tournament, so basically end of the month, by the end of the month, I want to have a new Gauntlet guide out. It didn't, I'll be real, the last one I did, or the first one I did, it took me, I don't know, it took me like what? Maybe, it took me literally one day. I literally just like sat, had someone edit it after I did just a recording, just an hour straight recording, and they edited it, and I was like, okay, this works, and it's one of my most viewed videos on the channel, so I have incentive to do it again. I mean, it'll be definitely be edited. It'll probably be sectioned up a little better. Maybe, you know, the words will flow a little better because of that. But yeah, it should be interesting. More than anything, I'm just kind of waiting to see if they do a patch. Worst case, I do it after Parsec. But best case, they release a patch and I'm like, okay, let's get started on it. Now, with that being said, I don't think much is going to change on Gauntlets. They might remove the 3-piece. I just remember the last time I made this, they didn't have the 3-piece, and then instantly after, they added it. So literally like less than a week later, they had a patch, a balance patch, and I was like, oh, I was kind of expecting my Gauntlet guide to last a little longer than that. But I mean, most of the tips there are still like relevant, so it didn't really matter. Okay. What just happened to that guy is an absolute crime. I'm sorry, Kaya player. But we're going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the little, I don't know, update, recap, whatever you want to call it. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, everyone.